Hi, I'm Hazel reporting live from the HRDF conference, and together with me is Dato Sri Tan Thian Poh, President of Malaysian Textile Manufacturers Association, who just spoke about the SME landscape. Thank you so much for being with us today.
My pleasure.
Thank you. Dato Sri, I would like to ask you, what is the key difference that you see in the textile industry, textile manufacturing industry in 2006 versus 2016? So if there's one major difference, what would that be?
I think the biggest difference now is, of course, is the competition, and is the emerging of those low-cost producer. In 2006, of course, in term as a manufacturer, in terms of the what do you call that, the profit margin, of course, was much higher. But now is in 2016, we are talking of economy of scale because due to all this competition.
Right.
So our margin actually has dropped
Yeah.
tremendously. But of course, we have to work on efficiency and volume.
Right. So given that the revenue share, I guess, that you would get in this market has greatly declined, do you think this is a sunset industry, or do you think it's a matter of the leaders being in a sunset position?
To me, is it? I always tell people when when you define a sunset industry, when you say it's a sunset industry, meaning that if all of us don't need to wear any clothing, then it's a sunset. That's actually is a definition.
Right.
But I think it's population are growing. All of us are buying more and more clothing. Like I said earlier, actually, you see, our revenue did not drop. In fact, I think for the industry, actually, even for my organization, our revenue actually increased. But what I'm saying that is the profit margin in terms of percentage has dropped.
Right.
So it's
overall,
it's a different game now.
Right.
It means we have to go for volume.
Yeah.
It's a volume business.
Okay. And who do you think has got this game right? So amongst all the textile manufacturers that you know of, who do you think has really got this right and adapted really well to this new game and new world?
I think I think to me is for example in the local scenario, I think people like Padini Group for Malaysian group, they got it right because they are going for the value for money. Same thing, they are having the same problem as the same problem faced as a manufacturer because their margin used to be much higher, I believe. Now it's much lower. But in terms of overall revenue and overall profit, they are doing much better.
What do you think? What do you think they have done exceptionally well to have that volume and at the same time generate the sales?
That's what I say, value for money.
Value for
because
money.
Nowadays the consumer are smarter. Those days you just patch on your brand and they will just buy. But now before they buy, they will look at it whether there is a value in this clothing.
Right. And what do you think it's going to look like in 2016? So we talked about 2006, 2016. What do you think the manufacturing or textile manufacturing industry is going to look like in the next 10 years?
The next 10 years, I think it's the same name game. And of course, the next thing we have to work on efficiency, productivity, because the wage increase is a global phenomenon. So everywhere you go, people say the salary is going up, wages is going up. So how to survive under this environment? And it's not only increase, it's availability.
Right.
Of course, in Malaysia, we don't have, we always say our workers are not available. But even in a country like, you'll be surprised, a country like Vietnam, I just came back from Vietnam. They told us the same problem, although we say that Vietnam got plenty of people. But because to attract people to join the textile industry, that is a challenge.
Yeah.
So for the industry, I think we have to look for automation, productivity, efficiency.
Right.
That's the name game, I believe, for the next 10 years.
Seems to be the similar pattern across all industries going forward as well. Thank you so much again, Dato, for being with us.